Dear students, I hope all are you keeping well. And yesterday we started a topic called competitive analysis. So, how we can analyze the competitor? And I have said analyzing the competitor is very important for us because by analyzing competitor we can grow. Our development could be sustained. So that's the reason, and it's one of the important strategy. At the same time, I have said it's one of the factors of production. So we can't say that competitor analysis is not required. It's a one of the best marketing strategy too. So yesterday we have seen how to conduct the competitor analysis. I said there are 12 steps, and in the 12 steps, three steps we have seen yesterday. So just I'll go how many steps are there, that again see determine who your competitors are. Yesterday we have seen, then determine what products your competitors offer, what are the products, everything or product line and all what they have. Then research your competitors sales tactics and results, what are the strategies they are using to expand their sales, and what is the results after they are using that tactics, that you have to study. So rest of the other stages or other factors we'll be studying today. So we'll begin with the fourth one, that is take a look at your competitors pricing as well as any perks they offer. Perks means any additional benefits. So offers and all are there, uh, get one buy one, or 50%, all those various kinds are there in that. You can study that. So there are a few major factors that go into correctly pricing your product, and one major one is understanding how much your competitors are charging for a similar product or service. So your concentration here is pricing. So how much charges they are charging for the product of your similar nature? Is it very low than your product, or is it same as you are, or is it something more? That price of a product of your competitor need to be find out. Then if you feel your product offers superior features to that of a competitors, you might consider making your product or service more expensive than industry standards. However, if you do that, you will want to ensure your sales representatives are ready to explain why your product is worth the additional cost. See, now in the market, your product and your competitor's product has a same rate thing, but you have analyzed that the product of your competitor is of a low quality and your product is of a superior quality or some additional features you have. In such cases, you have all the options to keep your price level high. But at the same time, you must remember that your price is high, but if the price is high, people will go for the cheaper cost products. At that time, your sales representatives should be in a position to explain the customers why your cost is high. Otherwise, people will not purchase. You go to some hotels. So, in the hotels, some hotels for the same item rate is high. For some hotels, rate is low. But still, people go where there are rate is high. Why? Because they are features. That's what they are facilities. Yes, maybe or attractive presentation or taste. So something is different. Something unique is there. So that should be there. Then alternatively, perhaps you feel there's a gap in your industry for affordable products. If that's the case, you might aim to charge less than competitors and appeal to prospects who aren't looking to break the bank for a high quality product. So, what you call is if your products are for affordable products, means not of a high, then you should bring up some changes. Your rate is so high, therefore people cannot afford. So people cannot afford. In such cases, what you have to do is to aim to charge less than the competitors. So that is a strategy. Sometimes you have to bring down your strategy, then only you can attract the people. Of course, there are other factors that go into correctly pricing a product, but it's critical you stay on top of industry pricing to ensure you are pricing your product in a way that feels reasonable to prospect. You can't say this is the only two factors, your quality and this one. Other factors also involved in the pricing, so that we'll be studying when we are dealing with the pricing strategies. Additionally, take a look at any perks your competitors offer and how you might match those perks to compete. Now, as I've said, perks means offers. So, any benefits or gifts that your competitor is giving, and if your competitor is giving some benefits and all, you to just think how you can give perks. For instance, perhaps competitors offer a major referral discount or a month long free trial version. These perks could be the reason you are losing customers. So, if it feels reasonable for your brand, consider where you might match those perks or provide some unique perks of your own if competitors don't offer any. So, you think of your own what offers. So, usually attract the customers by giving the offers. So, think of something. Next, fifth stage is ensure you are meeting competitive shipping costs. So, shipping costs are also playing major role. Means the transportation costs. Sometimes what happens is you give a transportation free delivery. Oh, good. Then customers are what you call attracted. If your delivery is also charged high, then it is a problem. Did you know expensive shipping is the number one reason for cart abandonment? What it says is if your shipping is very expensive, then your goods are abandoned. Nobody will purchase. So what this sentence says is so your shipping charges or transportation delivery charges also has a role in your in the customer's purchase. Nowadays, free shipping is a major perk that can attract consumers to choose one brand over another. So today people say free delivery. Oh, okay, they have a free delivery, then they will go for that. If you work in an industry where shipping is a major factor, like e-commerce, you will want to take a look at competitors' shipping costs and ensure you are meeting those prices. If most of your competitors offer free shipping, you will want to look into the option for your own company. If free shipping is not a practical option for your business, consider how you might differentiate in other ways, including loyalty programs, holiday discounts, or giveaways on social media. Something other offerings you have to give if you are not able to give a free shipping, but maximum you have to try to give a free shipping, then only you can attract the customers. This is regarding the competitive shipping cost. So you have to identify what is the shipping cost of the other company. So in the previous we studied what is the pricing, and today now what is the shipping cost. And the sixth one is analyze how your competitors market their products. So marketing, now you see we are going step by steps. In the fourth we saw pricing, in the fifth we saw shipping, and now marketing. Analyzing your competitors website is the fastest way to gauge their marketing efforts. Take note of any of the following items and copy down the specific URL for future references. Do they have a blog? Your competitor, do they have a what you call website, blog and all? So are they creating a white papers or e-books? So something they are producing what you call brochures and all in the online, and what you call sharing that. Do they post videos or webinars? So do they conduct any webinars and all videos and all about their company and product? Do they have a podcast? Are they using static visual content such as infographics and cartoons? Sometimes through cartoons also they can attract. For example, you might have seen Amul Baby. Amul Baby is a simple cartoon, how they attracted many people. So what about slide decks? Do they have a frequently asked questions section? So frequently asked questions sections will give you answers to many of the queries. Are there featured articles? Are they writing any articles of their product and company? Do you see press release? Sometimes through the press release they are giving you the information about their company. Do they have a media kit? What about case studies? So do they publish buying guides and data sheets? What online and offline advertising campaigns are they running? See, all these matters you have to look into. These are the marketing strategies where they are using. So next, take note of your competition's content strategy. What is the content they are giving to the people? Content. So through the advertisements or other mediums and all, what are the content they are giving? What are the content they usually have? So then take a look at the quantity of these items. So we saw that in the previous what you call marketing strategies, whether they have a website or any webinar they are conducting, press release and all. So if they are having, take a look at the quantity of these items, how much they are doing. Do they have several hundred blog posts or a small handful? Are there five white papers or just one e-book? So these are they have to identify. What to tell about their factory, to tell about their product or company in the medias, what they have, how much they have. Next, determine the frequency of these content assets. Are they publishing something each week or once a month? How often does a new ebook or a case study come out? So are they doing every week something on the one line presenting to the people, or very rarely once in a year, once in a month? What is the frequency that you have to find? Chances are, if you come across a robust archive of content, your competitor has been publishing regularly. Depending on the topics they are discussing, this content may help you out in on their lead generating strategies. Now what happens is, if you go through their content, what is they are using and all, that will be helpful for you how you can form your strategies in the marketing. So we are speaking about all those marketing strategies and how you can come out with the marketing strategies. From there, you should move on to evaluating the quality of their content. After all, if the quality is lacking, it won't matter how often they post, since their target audience won't find much value there. Choose a small handful of samples to review instead of tackling every single piece to make the process more manageable. So, do it with the samples. Your sampler should include content pieces covering a variety of topics. So here we must know that we can't take every content of your competitor, but we can take only a few samples so that we can judge or evaluate. Your sampler should include content pieces covering a variety of topics, so you will have a fairly complete picture of what your competitor shares with their target audience. What is exactly required piece of information you should correct. Not that whole content you are not important what they are doing, everything, but importantly what is their strategy that you need to study. So we'll see some more information regarding the content strategy. When analyzing your competitor's content, consider the following questions. So, if you answer the following questions, you will be able to get the content. How accurate is their content? What they are giving? Are they giving a right information or a wrong information? If they are giving a wrong information, that itself will become your strategy, because you propose that that is not right with that product. So, are spelling or grammar errors present? How they are presenting, that also is important. How in depth does their content go? Is it introductory level that just scratches the surface, or more advanced topics with high level ideas? What tone do they use in a content? What is the kind of tone, positive or negative? Is the content structured for Readability. Are they using bullet points, bold headings, and numbered lists? See, whatever content they are presenting, that has the attractive nature is there on how they are presenting. Even the colors, bullets, the numbers, everything has a reason for that. Is their content free and available to anyone, or do their readers need to opt in? So everywhere available, or only for a particular category of the people it is available? Who is writing their content? In a house team, one person, multiple contributors, how they are forming their content? So is there a visible byline or bio attached to their articles? What strategies is there? As you continue to scan the content, pay attention to the photos and imagery your competitors are using. Not only content writing, so what the photos they are using. Do you quickly scroll past generic stock photos, or are you impressed by custom illustrations and images? If they are using stock photos, do they at least have overlays of text codes or calls to action that are specific to their business? So you are just giving a what you call observation to the photos what they are giving. Are they present or the world? If their photos are custom, are they sourced from outside graphic professionals, or do they appear to be done in house? So custom changed photos. Sometimes are they real photos, or the what you call customed photos? If they are customed photos, who is doing for them? That also you can find out. If some professionals are doing, then you can also contact for your benefits. When you have a solid understanding of your competitors' content marketing strategy, it's time to find out if it's truly working for them. So what is their strategy and what is your content strategy, that you have to identify, and is it suiting for you? If it is suiting for you, then you can implement that. So this is regarding the taking note of competitors content strategy. Then we have now eighth point, that is learn what technology stack your competitors use. So what is the technology stock your competitors are using? Studying the technology of the competitor. Understanding what types of technology your competitors use can be critical for helping your own company reduce friction and increase momentum within your organization. So just find out whether the technology that your competitor is using is useful and beneficial for you, or and is possible to implement. For instance, perhaps you have seen positive reviews about a competitor's customer service. As you are conducting research, you learn the customer uses powerful customer service software you haven't been taking advantage of. This information should arm you with the opportunity to outperform your competitors' processes. So, whatever technology they are using, you are taking, that's all. So, to figure out which software your competitors use, type the company's URL into built with an effective tool for unveiling what technology your competitor's site runs on, along with third party plugins ranging from analytical system to CRM, customer relationship maintenance softwares and all what they are using, you find out and you try to adopt it. Alternatively, you might consider looking at competitors' job listings, particularly for engineer or web developer roles. The job listings will likely mention which tools a candidate needs to be familiar with. A creative way to gain intel into the technology your competitors use. So these are the important studying the technology of the other. So the ninth point is analyze the level of engagement on your competitors content. So how is your engagement on competitors content, that has to be analyzed. To gauge how engaging your competitors content is to their readers, you will need to see how their target audience respond to what they are posting. So whatever they may be doing techniques, but are they effect has any effect on the people, or simply they are advertising, nobody is bothered and nobody cared? So that you have to observe, or simply either otherwise unless it is a waste of energy and time and resources. So whether it is useful, that strategy what they are using, are has they any effect and impact? Check the average number of comments, shares, and likes on your competitors' content and find out, and what you call whether that content is the how many people are referring, how many are viewers are there, that you have to and find out certain topics resonate better than others. The comments are negative, positive, or a mix. Whatever you put up there, comments will be there from the people, whether they are positive or negative. People are tweeting about specific topics more than others. Readers respond better to Facebook updates about certain content. And don't forget to note if your competitor categorizes their content using tags, and if they have special social media follow and share buttons attached to each piece of content, both of these will act engagement activity. What it says is from the what you call advertisement, if there is there a direct connection to their blog and all such activities, you have to find out, because advertisement is just a trick here, and from there you are getting direct connection to your website, and from there all the dealing takes place. At the end what it says is your what the content is there and how it has impact and effect on their business to the of the competitor, that you have to be observant. That's all. Then the 10th point is observe how they promote their marketing content. So how they are promoting the marketing. We saw marketing strategy. Now how they are promoting the marketing content. From engagement, you will move right along to your competitors' content promotion strategy. Keyword density in the copy itself, image alt text tags, use of internal linking, and the following questions can also help you prioritize and focus on what to pay attention to. So, which keywords are your competitors focusing on that still haven't tapped into? So, they are doing a marketing strategy on which basis? So, there are marketing strategies of each. So, sometimes they say that what you call cheapest our item or best quality. Now Apple, they when they are presenting, they present it it's a highly qualitative. So what content of theirs is highly shared and linked to how does your content compare, which social media platforms is your target audience using and the most active on, what other sites are linking back to your competitor site but not yours, who else is sharing what your competitors are publishing, who is referring traffic to your competitor's site. For the keywords you want to focus on, what is the difficulty level? There are several free and paid tools that will give you a comprehensive evaluation of your competitors search engine optimization. So all competitors content and the marketing strategies you have to observe. That is what the 10th point is. So 11th, look at their social media presence strategies and go to platforms in which social media they are found out, because the social media has a lot of impact on your business today. Most of the business are carried out through the social media itself, the presence, because everybody is watching the social media today, and today the people are getting more and more educated, and all the educated people are going with the social media. So the last area you will want to evaluate when it comes to marketing is your competitors' social media presence and engagement rates. How much they are engaged in the social media. If a person is not at all engaged, then today he can be called as a illiterate and he is a backward. How does your competition drive engagement with their brand through social media? Do you see social sharing buttons with each article? Does your competitor have links to their social media channels in the header, footer, or somewhere else? Are these clearly visible? Do they use calls to action with these buttons? If your competitors are using a social network that you may not be on, it's worth learning more about how the platform may be able to help your business too. So sometimes they may be having a unique social media usages. Then you find out what their social media is and you try, if it is beneficial for you, then you to implement that. To determine if a new social media platform is worth your time, check your competitors' engagement rates on those sites. First, visit the following sites to see if your competition has an account on these platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, LinkedIn, YouTube, Pinterest. So all these what you call social mediums, how you can use which if they are using, then automatically you should use it. Otherwise, what happens is only they are focused and you are ignored. So then take note of the following quantitative items from each platform. So number of fans, followers, how many fans are there, how many followers are there, that you can see in Facebook and all. So posting frequency and consistency, how many times they are posting, what is the frequency, and content engagement, are users leaving comments or sharing their posts, because comment have a value. Positive means others will feel good, negative means oh there is a problem. Content virality, how many shares, repins and retweets do their posts get it, how many reshares, that also you can calculate. With the same critical eye you use to gauge your competition's content marketing strategy, take a fine tooth comb to analyze their social media strategy. Means a clear observation you have to do. What kind of content are they posting? Are they more focused on driving people to landing pages resulting in new leads, or are they posting visual content to promote engagement and brand awareness? That has to be studied. How much of this content is original, or do they share curated content from other sources? Are these sources regular contributors? What is the overall tone of the content? That also has to be studied. How does your competition interact with their followers? How frequently do they followers interact with their content? And finally, after all, collect this data, generate an overall grade for the quality of your competitors' content. This will help you compare the rest of your competitors using a similar grading scale. So here the all what you call target is studying the social presence and social media strategies. And finally, perform a SWOT analysis to learn their strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. As you evaluate each component in your competitor analysis, business, sales, and marketing, to get into the habit of performing a simplified SWOT analysis at the same time. I am not going to explain what SWOT analysis is because you are already familiar with that. This means you will take note of your competitors' strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats anytime you assess an overall grade. So here you are not making a SWOT analysis of your company, rather you are making a SWOT analysis of the other. So in the other, what strengths they have, what weaknesses they have, and what are the opportunities they have, and what are the threats they have, that you are calculating. Some questions to get you started include: what is your competitor doing really well with products, content marketing, social media, etc. Where does your competitor have the advantage over your brand? That is also is calculated. What is the weakest area for your competitor? Where does your brand have the advantage over your competitor? What could they do better with? In what areas would you consider this competitor as a threat? Are there opportunities in the market that your competitor has identified? You will be able to compare their weaknesses against your strengths and vice versa. By doing this, you can better position your company and you will start to uncover areas for improvement within your own brand. SWOT analysis is one of the best tool which you can get a clear picture of the other and you can develop your business too. So these are the what you call techniques of making the competitor analysis, and I'll be closing here. I hope that you understood why what is the competition analysis, competitive analysis. It is nothing but making an analysis of your competitor and making a deep study. And how to make deep studies, 12 steps I have shown, or a 12 points. From there you are making the competitor analysis. I expect that all of you go through and make a point and make your short notes of this, because it's I have given very lengthily and dealt so many things, and absolutely you don't require everything to be known. I just from the exam point of view, you don't require all the information which I have given, but a little information is sufficient. But see that understand the concept clearly and the techniques what are used. So it may be a pricing strategy, it may be a content analysis strategy, it may be a marketing strategy, anything may be. So these are all used for the competitive analysis. Thank you.